Alright, we are back from the break, and I believe there's going to be some healing going on. I think that Bjornwolf already got healed by Ockar. Any healing spells that you guys are going to cast?
Yeah, I'm going to be casting Cure Moderate Wounds twice on Sinrae.
Okay.
Don't forget I heal free regeneration as well, so.
Oh yeah.
Oh, Lafdul, do we have any those temporary healing?
That's not good.
Yeah, he just posted them.
Oh, he did.
I just said all the healing that I've got available and to various pupils. I'll let Solas do his. Yeah.
I think I will also cast Cure Light Wounds on Sinrae since that roll was pretty pitiful.
Yeah, those two rolls were not not fantastic.
I have. Well, Leva has a temporary healing potion to give away. Who wants it?
So Sinrae, you get 7 and 6.
I will also do healing with the healing proficiency on Sinrae.
Yeah. I don't think Lever should be so
Well,
fast to give away a healing potion.
I'm going to use
Braxon could give away his.
Use the temporary that I've got.
All right.
I've got 2 healing spells that is easier to replace. I've just been waiting for Solas to do his spells first.
How much did you lost, Lafdul?
I can't heal myself until I regenerate. Then I'll have to heal myself for the fire damage.
Oh, okay.
So,
How much? Well, you took the 3 fire damage from the temporary hit points, right?
No, but previous to that, I was down 3 hit points. So I have basically I'll heal up to 32, and then the rest I'll have to heal for a healing spell.
Don't use the potion yet, Sinrae.
No, sorry.
Since those are better used in combat.
They're harder to replace, but it's up to you. If you feel want to drink it, just drink it. That's what
Yeah,
at
I'd
the
like
end
to
of the
get
day.
my hit points up.
Yeah, I'm just calculating on how I'm distributing my healing spells. How much should it? I will cast 1 Cure Moderate Wounds on the wolf.
Okay.
Then I'm going to use some of my rest healing spells for Sinrae.
Thank you.
So Sinrae and Higgimus are both used theirs. So I'm writing them off.
Well,
Wolf is A-okay now.
Well,
Yay.
it's more fun to pet wolf than tussle Sinrae's hair.
Don't pet my hair. You'll lose your hand.
You want to reserve yourself a healing spell in case someone goes down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
still have 1 Cure Moderate Wounds and 3 Cure Light Wounds.
Well,
did you take everything for healing?
Not everything, but most of it.
It sounds like everything to me.
I have a couple of spells that aren't healing, but
I take a lot more offensive spells than you, but it shows how we.
I don't have that many offensive spells for cleric.
Oh, yeah, because you don't have the plant sphere.
Yeah.
Did you factor in the half hour that we waited for Ockar to come down for Lafdul to regenerate?
Oh, I get 3 hit points from that.
I cast Cure Moderate Wounds on Cure Light Wounds on Sinrae.
All right.
So 5 more from my spells.
I've got to wait another 4 more turns before I can cast a spell on myself.
Well, I mean, then you're only down a few hit points anyway, so.
Yeah.
I'll save 3 of my healing spells for later.
Did we find anything of any use in those things before? Oh, let's chop up one of the brown ones. See what they have inside them.
Are they harder at all?
They appear to have pretty much the same stuff inside of them as the other, in other words, bug and wolf-like guts.
No, what's a shell like?
Yeah.
Once they're dead, it seems pretty brittle.
Oh, they lose their property as soon as they die.
That seems to be the case.
Ooh.
It's like magical stuff, right? Higgimus will look over towards the finger wagglers.
Sinrae, how many magic rings do you have?
She's
Just
got the
two.
dehydration and the
You have 2.
Just the
and the
2.
withering.
Okay.
You don't like swag?
I mean,
So
I've only
what's this
got
word?
magic rings.
You
I
got
meant that.
necklace, haven't you?
I've gotten the snake ring and the dehydration withering.
I just thought if you wanted, I could give you a loan that ring that holds spells, and it has a shield spell.
I'm pretty good right now.
Okay.
Spells are not my focus, but thank you.
Do you want to continue on?
Spells are so much fun.
How are we doing on resources, people? Are we okay? to continue
We've
on?
got-
I have wands to use.
Getting low on spells.
I still
I've-
have my temporary healing potion, but I've used
Yeah,
my
we
lay
got
on hands for
healing.
today.
We can still whack them down. We can take another fight easily.
Yeah,
Are you
another.
sure?
Yeah,
As
we
long
just
as
don't
Ockar
have-
doesn't levitate.
We're out
As
of
long as-
fireballs, aren't we?
We're out of major AoE
I have
spells,
wand.
aren't we?
I have 2 wands.
One left.
I got my
have
wand
the-
of wonderful effects.
I have the wand of fire, which has burning hands, wall of fire, and fireball, and I have also the white wooden wand with silver cap that has a cone of gold and such.
I have a wand of light, but these aren't undead, so I don't think that'll work on them.
Yeah.
You blind them.
I have a
One
wand
of them.
of fear.
Hmm.
Right. Braxon comes up to Higgimus and says, "I got a present for you for your wall." Gives him a wolf spider head.
They're not spiders.
you.
They're beetles.
Roaches, beetles.
So a wolf
My,
beetle head.
Higgimus's ear tussle twitch. No, that's okay, Brax.
You need to see something about your ear tufts. They
And
keep
it's so
twitching.
tiny, but it's so cute and tiny. Wouldn't it just look perfect on your wall, like you just killed the smallest little menace in the world?
You just say
You could-
how incredibly hard it was to hit.
Put it in the mouth of one of the other heads.
How about if we got... Look, there's plenty there. We could get like a collection of them and arrange them into a shape or something.
That's
I say we go back to the Tinker
Someone-
Gnomes and get them to invent something that can shoot fire that doesn't require magic.
okay. So, what was the consensus on the spellcasters? Are we okay to move on, or
We're okay for another fight. Or
Sure.
two.
I wouldn't.
Yeah.
If there are as many beetles as there were this time, then no, we're not okay. Sorry.
But
Uh,
if you keep like
We're wasting a lot. Wow. What's your argument? What's your
But,
argument?
well, at least Levalithana used up most of her spells for that she prepared for this fight, and if there are as many as there were, then she doesn't have anything except the one single fireball, and that's just not enough.
Well, we don't have to rely on just you killing them, so to speak.
That's correct, but look at what happened afterwards. If Solas runs out of spells, and if we get attacked, and Leva thinks it's bad because the mages have used up quite a few of their spells, and they're overestimating themselves if they think that that they could just go on and fight another fight.
how many spells did you use this fight from your personal reserves?
What do you mean reserves of the
Your
memorized one?
personal spells, as opposed to
The-
items.
The magic missiles and one fireball, and the fireball backfired.
Well, as long as Ockar doesn't levitate again, I think we should be okay. That it got as bad as it did because
Okay, how about
Ockar
this?
stop being a wall.
How about this? We head back to where the beavers were and reprioritize. I can't say that word right now. Reselect the spells we have and adjust them around and rest up now that we kind of have an idea what's going on here, and then come back to this place.
Lever, would you like some burning oil flasks? I have 4.
So.
I have 4 flasks of burning oil.
You can throw them. They are not as big as or damaging as fireballs, but they still do something similar.
I'm not saying that means we carry on, but if you have 1 spell left. And you could carry them tomorrow while I use my weapon. Up to you.
Lever prefers to rely on her magic.
I mean, I'm seeing in my information here a big list of scrolls too. So.
Mm-hmm. That's true. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
On the
I'd
other
take
hand,
some of
we've been bitten quite a few times before when we went into fights ill prepared.
Braxon,
well,
I'll take some of that flaming oil.
how many do you want? 2?
Yeah, 2 will be good.
Not
I
sure.
mean, last time I said we should just go ahead and push on. Everybody jumped down my throat about it afterwards, so I don't want another repeat of that.
Solas is okay to continue at least until we find the entrance to the possible hive.
What if we just kill scout groups, smaller scout groups, try and weaken the area, try and lure them away, rather than going for the main nest?
I think the potential is that we got attacked by 3 groups this time. We don't know if we'll get attacked by 3 groups or 1 group. I think we'd do okay if we pushed ahead and found 1 group, but I'm still finding it hard to tell what direction they're coming from. My plan with the last fight was to jump in front and try and get them on me.
Yeah, that worked out great for me.
Yeah, and then the way I moved forwards, they went the other way. So
I've got a spell that allows someone to resist the effects of fire quite significantly if someone wants to play dummy.
yeah, I don't mind baiting them, and you put a fireball on me, or you throw the burning flask at me.
If
How
you're
long will
gonna
that
do
spell
that,
last?
it'll last for the fight, generally speaking.
Yeah,
Well, at least long enough for the fireball to go off.
it's just the timing, isn't it? But if we can get the timing right, I think that might work as a strategy. I mean, if I could have got all 3 of those groups onto me, and someone had fireballed me, and I had a spell to protect me, it would have been easy.
It lasts for 6 minutes. 6 rounds.
Yeah, so if we did the same thing and we had enough spells and stuff, I think we could do it. But if we run out of resources, it could be a problem.
Yes.
Do we know if the ring of fire resist would stack with fire resistor with a spell overwrite the ring?
The best one
Or
the best one applies.
Alright.
So
Alright,
it is generally better to just distribute it, because even if
Alright.
one of them is technically better than the other, it tends to be pretty marginal.
And I do have on the scroll of endure heat would be overrun by the resist. It could be cast on someone else. You'd have 3 people that would be protected from a fireball, so to speak.
How about this? If we hear those things again, and I'm still not saying we don't go back and come back tomorrow, can the spellcasters go up trees so that they're less likely to be attacked than the fighters, and cast their spells out the trees?
They can climb anything, unless they're flying.
Yeah. But would they go up the trees, or would they go for the easy targets?
They
It
go
might
for
be
wherever's in
something-
front. They don't care who.
Right, so if we hear that noise and the spellcasters went up trees and the fighters tried to get in front so that they baited things, and then, like, if they all get on me and you fireball me, I'll probably live.
I can climb up a tree easily enough, but I don't think Solas and Lever can climb up trees very easily.
Yeah.
Well, can we distribute things to get people off the ground? Like, I've got my magical rope.
I don't think that would be necessary. If we just stand around the casters, they'll be fine.
Yeah, but standing around the casters also means that it makes it harder to fireball someone.
Yeah. Well, someone's always going to be in the fireball unless you get initiative.
Well, last time it looked like they swarmed Ockar, so usually go after their closest person. They don't seem to want to move on beyond that.
Yeah, we can't predict where we're going to come from, so we just have to bait them.
What if one of the spellcasters was to use my rope to attach themselves to a branch and then go up the rope?
Yeah, or the ladder.
The
Yeah,
problem with that is that once we notice them arriving, there's not that much time.
No, we get an audible warning of a few moments, and we can't tell what direction they're coming from. So
while
that
they're
would be
climbing
enough.
Up the tree, they won't be able to use magic, which is normally what we do ahead of time.
Yeah. Okay.
You could set it up so their first action in combat is to go up a tree.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. But you don't have to wait till they're on us. And if we can make a spellcaster vanish off the ground, that denies them. That denies the bugs a target and makes them more likely to target someone else. So if we can deny the bugs. Well, I don't know. I mean, if they were up in the trees, but they haven't attacked from the trees so far.
They can climb up anything. Maybe
they can, but if the fighters are on the ground and we have spellcasters hanging from ropes in trees, it would take.
How do you expect, Braxon? How do you expect spellcasters to be able to cast spells hanging from ropes?
Definitely. Okay, hold on. They definitely could not cast spells hanging from ropes, but if the tree is large enough and has sturdy enough branches to stand on, they could definitely cast spells.
What if we just lured them to us by making a lot of noise after we get so close?
That's assuming they're here, but yeah, we can try that.
They've always found us every time they can hear us.
Well, this is the thing: is
you don't know which direction they come from.
Yeah.
So, like, what if? What if you position yourselves so that all the warriors are away from the spellcasters, and the warriors are making a lot of noise, but the enemy comes from the direction of the spellcasters? Maybe they'll ignore the spellcasters and go for the noise, but you don't know that.
We just make the noise around a tree.
Again, I think if the spellcasters are up a tree, and then we bait the creatures in, we can stop the creatures from attacking the spellcasters.
I think the
spellcasters can always come down if we start winning the fight and the spellcasters can't target the creatures, they can come down. I just think a slight think about our strategy would allow us to get the best use out of spells and stuff.
No, I'm not disagreeing in principle. I'm always up for that.
Okay, do people want to go back and renew spells and stuff?
I think now that we've seen this, we gotta maybe get a couple more AoE spells in the repertoire. I mean, I don't want to force the spellcasters to pick or choose what spells people are picking.
No, it's an intended purpose.
We're going to come across another fight like this, and we're going to have to get through and make our spells last. So we need to do a little bit better on our spell management as far as that goes. I mean, I'm sorry to say that, but we got to work a little bit better on this and not just waste everything. Not waste, but use everything like that in a
it's like I've got stuff like Code, Poison, Silence, Augury. I can change those spells.
I just think we need to change it up a little bit more. We're going to be going into a thing where we're going to need spells that affect an area, and then we're going to be going into I don't know what, but after this, but
Mm-hmm.
we're going to run into issues where we just don't have the perfect spell for the situation. But we do need to be able to get through more than one fight and
Yeah.
continue on.
At that time, yeah.
So we
I'd
can
agree
go
with
back
that.
and change up our spells and re-prepare and do this. So I think we should do that.
Do you want to cast
Yes,
that
sir.
augury right now if you're thinking about changing your spells up anyway?
Augury wouldn't.
Well, tell you whether it's a good idea to change your spells.
I mean, it's an
think
augury. It's a
just gonna-
divination. It gives you a glimpse
Sure.
into the future and your future courses.
No, well, the thing is, you can't predict two outcomes. Alright, say if I use... The thing is, the only reason I took the augury was in case we hear the sounds but we don't act. But if I use an augury, then it was like, you're going to engage in counter if you go forward. That was...
I think this is the dungeon master giving you a hint.
Yeah, I know it is, but alright, I cast augury for something, I'm not sure what.
You're casting Aldery, then.
Pretty much.
Well,
not
it's
meant to be
basically whether an action in the immediate future within 1/2 hour will benefit or harm the party. So, I mean, it seems like while there were some people saying that they were willing to go forward, there's other people who were saying that absolutely go back, and that seems to have swayed the party. So now the idea is going back.
If I cast augury to say what happens in the next half an hour while climbing up this mountain, we'll know for certain if we're getting an encounter. Well, when I say certain, we'll get an idea. A chance of an idea, I guess.
So you want to specifically find out whether it's a good idea, whether there's benefit or
How
harm
close are
in
we?
continuing on.
How close are we to this place? Is it within half an hour? Because it said it was a 2-hour journey.
You're not within a half an hour as far as Higgimus believes, but it's not just specific like that. There's more that goes
Is it
into
more
the
than an
augury as
hour?
well. I mean, if you don't want to cast
Yeah.
it, you don't have to cast it.
No, I think that's a reasonable thing. That's unless people want to suggest otherwise. What happens within the next half an hour upon traveling up this path?
All right. So, does anyone have a different idea on what to cast, on what to ask, or are you going to go with what he was suggesting?
Because
What
the
you suggest-
alternative was to say if we do this, if we postpone this, then my results might be along the line of a loss of information or something
about-
happens or
If you're asking for a question, there was 2 that got away. As you could say, would we be able to scout out any more of the route to the mountain
yeah.
without getting in big danger?
Yeah, that's the main idea, the one that I was trying to focus on. You know, what's going to happen within the next half an hour upon traveling up.
Okay.
Yeah, but just go with that. That's fine.
All right. So you pull out a bowl or a dish to roll your dice in, and cast a spell, roll the dice, and begin looking over the results and interpreting what you're seeing. The spell appears to indicate that the immediate future is safe, but time is of the essence. Danger increases the longer you take.
They're either breeding or they're burrowing. All right. It's convinced me that we need to do this sooner. And the beavers were pretty insistent we do this fast.
If these things can burrow, they can presumably dig underneath the river. They can dig under a river. They can bypass the defenses of the beavers.
Yeah, so
And the beavers might not even be aware of where they come out.
Be a day.
I say we travel for at least half an hour or something, so we're reasonably close. Well, we predicted that for as long as we maintain that.
We don't have any rangers with us anymore, but I wonder if we could keep an eye out for trees that could be used as defensive platforms.
I think anyone can do that, as whether or not they would support weight of the
I mean, most of these trees in the area are pretty sturdy. They're there's a lot of oaks in the area, for example.
Yeah, we'll be fine.
Birches, alders, ashes, that kind of thing.
How easy would it be for us to come back the exact same route if we went back and came back again? Is this all sort of random terrain?
I mean, you're skirting along the edge of the mountains, so from that point of view, I mean, what exactly do you mean by exact same route? It's not like you're walking through the middle of the forest. You're walking along essentially the edge.
I'm just thinking that we won't lose any information we've learned from scouting so far. We won't lose that if we go back and come back again. Sounds like we'd be okay on that front. Okay.
So what does everyone say? You have this new information.
I say we go on.
I say we go on.
I'm okay with continuing still.
Okay.
If Leva is low on spells, I can give one of the ones I have if she doesn't have any.
I think she was just reserved and going in, dipping into the reserves.
Yeah.
Unless I've misunderstood.
So, Leva, do you repeat the offer I've given to my burning oil flask, Sinrae? I don't know if all looked up the damage because I couldn't remember.
It's a smaller fireball, basically.
Yeah.
Knowing Leva, she probably throws it over herself. No, thank you.
You might do better than me and Braxon. We set ourselves on
You
fire.
sure you don't want them because it's something to have? You don't have to use them. You keep it as a last resort.
Thank you.
Okay. Well, try to go up a tree if we hear any more of those things.
Does anyone else want one?
Yeah, does anyone else want one? Lafdul, do you want one?
You got?
Got 2 left. I've got 4 in total.
I've got a glass thing of fire. It's not as big as yours. No, I'm good.
I guess I could take one. It's what, fiery burning?
I mean, you get
No,
swarmed,
it's just
you
normal
just pour it on
burning,
yourself.
non-magical burning oil.
So it's just oil.
Well, it's specifically oil for throwing and burning, he was saying, not lamp oil.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I got.
So did Higgimus want one? I think someone talked over him.
You know what? I have my own things. I would prefer somebody that else use it.
Ockar?
I'll take one.
You'll take one. Anyone else?
I have my wand.
Ockar, do you want to take 2? Or shall I hang on to one?
Hailed.
Ockar, do you want 2 or only 1?
I'm just taking one.
Okay.
Right. I'll hang on to one then.
I've got my own listing for this item, but I don't know. You know those vials of flaming blood? What do you have them listed as? Obviously, I've got them, but did you keep a note of anything else about them, as in like what containers they're in? Because I had 4 vials of flaming blood, 2 in metal, and I've got 3 in glass, but I don't think that's right. It should be 2 and 2, obviously.
No, I have not been keeping track of that. That's
Yeah,
up to you guys.
It's 2 and 2. That's fine, because I know I was running out of the glass ones.
Okay. All right, so you begin to travel again, keeping an ear out for the sounds of the beetles, and for now, at least, the trip is quiet.
What's the what's the word? What's the transition like between the forest and the mountains?
It's
Do the
pretty
trees
abrupt.
go?
It's pretty abrupt. There's you don't have like rolling foothills, that kind of thing. It goes from pretty flat to rising very, very quickly and pretty steeply. There's
So
a lot
we
of
can't-
cliffs. There's a lot of steep rock escarpments, that kind of thing.
So we can't sort of walk a little bit on the slope.
No, you could walk in
Right.
like the shadow of the slope, so to speak.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's a gentler slope than others, but it's very much like flatland with a rim, because that's where you're at. You're at the rim of the world essentially, and the rim is surrounded on all on all edges with a mountain range.
What do the rest of you think about walking near the slope? Normally, I wouldn't like doing that sort of thing because it stops us having it robs us of having half of our escape route. But if we were to walk near the slope, we could maybe have the fighters on the outside and control the direction that these creatures come from.
How close are we all to the area in which we need to start looking out for where this thing is? That thing I saw is.
A little bit over an hour.
So if we were to do this, that wouldn't put us too far off.
No, it would just be a little bit more difficult travel because there's a lot of rock falls.
Yeah.
There's a risk of falling rocks, that sort of thing.
What I will say is that my augury was based on the path we were taking, not from an adjusted path, which we're now
Okay.
considering.
All right.
So after half an hour, we can do it.
Well, in that case, can Braxon or maybe Braxon and one of the other fighters scout ahead slightly?
I don't think that's. I think best option would be basically form a triangle with the fighters on the edges and spellcasters in the middle.
So like,
Yeah.
I could be the center back to guard the rear.
Like maybe a diamond formation.
Yeah.
That's probably a good idea.
So either Higgimus
Okay.
or Ockar or Braxon in the front, one to either side.
Are we traveling
You're going towards
to
the
the
right.
right of the screen?
Yeah,
Yeah.
the right is the direction of travel.
You don't need someone behind, you need someone in front. I'm getting the rear. If worst case scenario.
You're what?
Do you want me in the front or
You're
where?
in the front.
Yeah.
I'm at the back if need be.
So is
Okay, so I'll leave you up here.
which
Oh, you
way's
can go
front?
to
Which
the-
way's back?
The
I'll
right
go to
is
the
the
side
front.
now.
Right.
This
Sorry.
is right.
Oh.
This is front.
No,
Is this front?
going to the
Braxon
right.
is at front.
So
Yeah,
if
I'm going to the right.
top, down, left, right. Right is to the front. Is the direction of
Oh.
travel.
Alright, I will go one tile back.
I think that is very difficult.
I don't know. I don't know what to say.
I don't know what's going on.
Ockar, move,
We're going
move
this
to
way.
the left.
Okay,
Go
east
like
is the
that.
direction
You're
of
going
travel,
this way.
Ockar.
You're going this way. So right now, Braxon is in the front.
Yeah.
The other
Ockar,
question
be
is,
right there,
how
please.
far do you want to be away from each other?
Braxon wants to attract anything in front of us. So
Oh.
he's hoping to be more than a couple of steps in front of the spellcasters.
Yeah, but not too far. Otherwise, they just go past you, in between you, and attack us in the middle.
Well, I'm figuring that if we move to the right fairly quickly, then anything we hit here is going to be in front of us.
Higgimus is all the way on his own.
You've kind of already determined that you can't tell the direction that they're coming from their sounds.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
The people with the highest armor classes are taking the full sides that they can attack from.
Higgimus is a bit too far.
Bit too far.
Yeah, he needs to be...
I don't know
I
how
don't know.
far out the fireball spread or whatever it is you're gonna do.
I don't know that I agree that more than 2 squares is too far.
I think we need to form a treadle formation. Everybody get their shields out.
I think Higgimus's position was just fine,
Right, yes.
and that we could all be that far out.
I think we're good where we're at right now.
Okay. So you travel in that formation. It is still deathly quiet in the forest. All you hear is the sound of wind through the leaves. You're still not hearing any birds, not hearing any squirrels or other chittering creatures. It is very, very quiet. After another...
Oh, Braxton's going to pick up a rock,
Okay.
and next time we hear those sounds, he's going to throw that rock to make a sound to see if the creatures run towards the sound.
Okay.
And the spellcasting's going to overpower that.
I mean, he can try it. There's nothing wrong with trying it.
Get a big rock.
And we could just wait one round and see how they
He's
react.
not telling everyone. He's just
doing it.
trying something.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah, Leva. Do you want the ring with the shield spell?
Oh, thank you.
Okay.
Do we have a wand that does that various armor spells?
Yeah, and I was thinking about trying it at one point to hit because it also has the combat bonus.
Point it with a pokey end. It's got a pokey end, right?
No, you slap it. It's like...
It's more of a cudgel.
It's pretty supple, so it's more like a riding crop.
Oh, that'll leave a nasty sting.
By the way, Leva, your mirror image spell would expire by now, and you would have healed up as much as you can, Lafdul.
3.
So after about an hour of
Not
travel, you notice that the mountains.
Right.
There's a section that kind of has a gentler slope, and Higgimus, you believe that this is about the right spot, so somewhere up around there.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's check this out here pretty heavily. This is kind of around about the spot where I saw that. Was it a glow? Alt, you said?
Yeah, a faint glow.
Should we rotate our formation so that we go up the slope with the fighters in the lead?
This is just a... I mean, yeah, you would, but the map you're on right now is just for positioning during fights.
Yeah.
So I will be transitioning you to another map when you get there.
All right, so let's have a good look around. Check to see if there's any caves or any buildings or anything.
I'm going to climb up a tree and see if I can see anything.
Okay. Lafdul, up that tree, you're pretty sure you see up the slope. The trees do grow up that slope because of its gentle nature. And you are pretty sure that you see a small cave mouth up there.
Alright, I point, I don't shout. I just try and get their attention if they're looking at me, and I point in a direction.
I mean, you can climb down and tell them to.
Yeah, alright, climb down.
How close to the
Throw a
trees?
pine cone at Higgimus.
Would Nevis be able to hear anything out of the ordinary?
Not right now.
Okay.
Quite noticeable when they start coming towards us.
You still have... I mean, like, it's not like 100 feet away at this point. It's more like another 20-minute hike, at least.
Would we have left those corpses from not the previous fight, the fight before, when we cleaned them out, so to speak? Would we have left them at the beaver encampment, or were we carrying them?
No one said that they were carrying them, so as far as I'm concerned, you're not carrying them.
Braxon's not carrying them.
At the beaver thing.
I'm not going to carry anything.
Yeah.
Leva tells the others that don't just barge into the cave when we are there, because I have a wizard eye that I can send ahead to just do a quick scouting.
I was going to ask you, what abilities to scout do we have?
That works.
Are there any? How big is that hole look in that's the cave?
Lafdul wasn't sure, given the distance and stuff like that, but certainly he would say that it was not, like, giant-sized.
Do you have your spyglass with you, Higgimus?
No.
Right. I'm wondering, as a hasty action plan, if we need to, if we could collapse the cave mouth so that we can control these things coming in and out of the cave.
I don't know how to use demolitions that way.
Right.
I got a satchel thing.
But do you know how to place them just right?
I just place it over there and just shoot a flaming arrow into it, I guess.
But to
If you can
do
hit.
the cave in exactly the way, just to get like a partial cave in.
No, I'm
out
not
of,
an expert.
Well, I'm not saying we should collapse the cave. I'm saying if we get to the cave and thousands of these things start coming out, we can give it a go.
A fireball
not
to the
gonna-
cave would be better. I mean, onto the cave
Yeah.
roof.
A fireball
if
would
that-
not cause a cave to collapse, unless, of course, it had like wooden support structures.
Oh,
But
it's just a
casting a fireball into a cave mouth would certainly
that.
fill up more than just the 20-foot radius.
suddenly all the elves get repressed memories of dying. Apart from a mercenary.
See, Sinrae
Hey,
doesn't
Lafdul.
remember this.
Oh yeah.
Lafdul,
it's just
if you want to go ahead, I can make you invisible too, just in case.
Yeah, yeah. We got your mind eye for that, and I don't really think we have to do much scouting. If we're going in, I'll use my silence. We'll go in quiet and we'll ambush them. We're here to kill them, or not?
Don't you want to know how many of them there are before we just barge in and attack them?
I think
I'm not saying no.
Hmm?
I'm not saying no. I mean, yeah, we'll do your mind's eye first, then we'll do mine after.
Okay.
Would also be good to be able to confirm we've killed all.
Mm-hmm.
I
Just
have a Cloak of Fear scroll that we could cast on the point man.
So here's a crazy,
Don't cast it on Lafdul.
here's a crazy idea.
Yeah, it's not something that should be cast yet, because it only lasts for 2d8 rounds.
We
Use
shouldn't
an
cast it on a
activation, isn't
trickster.
I've got a crazy idea, which might be the best sort of idea. They either work or don't work for us. What if we were to, after having a quick scout, what if we were to push past the cave, up the mountain, and try and camp high up in the mountains?
I do not feel comfortable camping anywhere remotely around here.
All right.
Me neither. I agree with Lafdul.
Okay, so
We're going up to the cave and scouting.
yeah, let's get us into a spot where we can wait for find a good spot for us to wait, Ald, and then let the people that want to do the scouting do the scouting.
Okay. All right. So you, I assume that you're going up like slowly, quietly, as quietly as you can, kind of thing, being very careful as opposed to just marching up there.
I was going to get out my tambourine, but since you mentioned that, it's probably a better idea.
I don't know. I think the tambourine might be a great idea. I think you should do
I'm
it.
imagining a large Giff fighter tiptoeing up the slope.
Clunk. Clunk in plate mail. Clunk.
Why
Giff
is that
can
hard
be
for you?
thieves.
Why is that hard for you to imagine? Have you never seen Fantasia?
Will you be dancing with a crocodile?
All right, so you carefully edge up there. As you're going, you do begin to hear a distant chittering sound. Right now it's more quiet than you've experienced before, so you
Might be
think
less
reasonably at the moment you're hearing the activity of things up there as opposed to the activity of things coming towards you.
All right, let's not
All right.
get closer. I wonder if these things have the ability
feel
to
the vibrations.
feel, vibration stuff. Because they've never seen us, right? I mean, surely not.
No.
Yeah, let's not. Let's not move closer to it. If Leva, would you be able to use your wizard's eye from here?
I would think so. It doesn't last very long. It lasts, let me see. If it's a normal wizard eye, it will last 9 rounds.
We're at the cave, aren't we? The entrance.
You're not at the cave entrance yet. You're
How
like
far?
edging your way up.
Oh.
To a certain extent, you may just have to risk it and hope that you don't undercast it or something like that.
All right, let's do it.
I mean, you could try to get closer, but you're already hearing them, so...
Okay, let's do it.
Okay.
I sent the wizard eye.
Okay, so, your goal is to, in addition to looking around a bit, but your primary goal is to go into the cave?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So...
to the point where it's so dark that you can't see anything.
Right, it does not have infravision, correct?
It has infravision 10 feet.
It does have up to 10 feet.
Okay.
And it
Can
can
it
see up
hear
to 60
sounds, or
feet
does it
in
just see?
normal vision in brightly lit areas.
Alright. Alright, so you send the wizard eye up the slope, and you can see a couple of the wolf beetle creatures moving about outside.
The green or the brown ones or mixed?
You only see the smaller ones. The
Okay.
colors are more for differentiating their sizes than anything else, but they appear to be the smaller ones. And whether you have seen only a couple or whether you've seen more, and because they're kind of like moving in and out of cover and everything like that, so it's hard to get a feel for whether you're seeing just like a couple individuals moving from cover to cover or a lot of different individuals moving about.
Mm-hmm.
Scattered about the entrance to the cave, you do see some large boulders, and then you take the wizard eye into the cave.
Yes.
Okay. There is no light that you can see inside immediately. The entranceway is pretty wide. Once you're inside, the light from outside coming in allows you good vision around. But it narrows to a very narrow spot pretty quickly, right past the entrance.
How narrow?
Easy enough for, say, Higgimus to walk by, but you could not get Higgimus and another person walking side by side through it.
Oh, so it's still...
Yeah, it's still traversable, but it would be absolutely single file.
Okay.
But it's pretty short passageway. It's not very long.
Mm-hmm.
However, beyond that, it gets to be pretty dark because of the positioning of the cave mouth and everything like that. So you're not able to see very far once you're inside. Although it clearly widens out and has some small branching pathways.
Mm-hmm.
At that
Twisted
point,
little
though, you detect, not with infravision, but there is a blue glow coming from your left as you've come in.
if it's still possible, then I send the wizard eye towards the left. I also pass all of this on as running commentary to the others. So
Okay.
feel free to interrupt if you want to have a closer look at boulders or at something else.
Okay.
Oh, the glowing thing.
All right. Turning the wizard eye to the left and coming around the corner, there appears to be a blue shimmering disc floating in the air in the center of a cave, and you can see these creatures skittering around in the shadows. It's very difficult to get a number, and you're seeing at least some smaller ones and some of the bigger ones that you've seen.
Is there anything else except the disc and these creatures and the beetles?
There's a lot of refuse. You're seeing bones. You're seeing
Yeah, it's a hive.
a variety of refuse on the ground, and this shimmering blue disc in the air.
So anything you others want to look at a bit
Can you
closer?
roll spellcraft on that disc to know what it is?
Can I?
No, you'd have to actually see it personally.
Okay.
Could we theorize?
You could certainly theorize. You can always theorize.
Can we do that when the wizard eye is gone? Okay. So I move it as close to that disc as I can.
The wizard eye winks out.
Yes.
And
okay.
you're pretty sure that it lasted a little bit longer than normal. It should have.
Okay. Good.
If you wanted to estimate the numbers that you saw that you could confirm, you'd say at least a dozen of the larger ones and not as many of the smaller ones.
That's not actually that many.
Does Lever explain to the rest of us how wide she thinks the cave is?
Well,
She
as
said she
far
was
as I
giving you
can
running
tell.
commentary, so yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
sorry.
I wonder if they're mutating. Turning into the
I
brown
hope
ones.
not.
So that's why the time was of the essence.
Oh.
I mean, it's a theory.
So
We don't
Good
know
one.
what the disc does. It might even be something that spawns more of them.
So it looks like we've got two choices. We either go up and send a fireball in now,
Well, the
or we come back tomorrow.
question is, if we send a fireball in from the front, will it even pass through the pathway to the back?
You'd have to set it right at the back wall.
From your wizard eye, it would be possible, but it would be extremely precise. And without going inside, you're not sure how well you would be able to do it.
Okay, so here's
Still
another
white
option. If we don't do this today, I wonder if we could get the beavers to assist us with constructing some tower shields that we can stake into the ground to block up the bottom of the cave, just to stop them getting out the cave. And then as they start coming out, if we can hold them from coming out, then a fireball can be sent in over the top.
How fast are they changing, though?
So, Leva, you would say that based on the cave mouth, tower shields would it would take a lot of tower shields, and the cave mouth itself is actually pretty wide. It turns out, and these things are pretty small. They'd be able to skitter around a lot of any kind of crack, and they'll probably be able to skitter around or through it.
Right.
When Lever looked at the disc, or when the wizard eye looked at the disc, was there anything special about it? Did it look like a portal, for example, where the beetles came out, or did they just skitter around at the floor?
You don't have a whole lot of experience with portals, gates, anything like that. So whether that's what it was, very hard to tell. But it was glowing blue and hanging in the air.
How big is it?
About the size of a person, give or take.
Was the disc on its sides or laying?
Is it horizontal or vertical?
It was perpendicular to the ground.
Oh, so they're dropping in.
No, it's standing upright.
Oh.
Perpendicular to the ground, not parallel.
Oh, right. So like could be a portal or something.
Mm-hmm. That's
Like
what
a
I was
door
asking.
rather than a table.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe the gnomes are putting all the failed experiments over here.
Oh Lord. They
So
might.
if we just throw in, does anybody, any of us know something about these discs, portals, or whatever's?
Would I have heard
Not
of anything
not
about
without seeing.
Yeah, generally not
Cool.
without seeing it.
Okay.
Does my scroll of gate say anything about the spell?
Nope. I
Or
mean,
do I just...
it gives you enough to know what it does and what it'll do, but it doesn't like tell you what it will look like when it's operating.
How large was the
Is it?
disc?
About person size.
About person size, he said. If I was to cast Locate Portal, would it actually...
No. That is specifically for portals in the crystal shell.
Oh, what a pity. Okay. I'm wondering whether it would actually be destroyed if we just throw a fireball in there.
You just
Say-
need spell magic or something.
Say, Lever,
Hmm?
remember before when you turned the floor into a duck?
Yes.
Do you think you'd be able to turn some of the cave roof into something else that would obstruct the entrance a bit more?
Well, whether we have or Leva might. Let me see whether she still has. Would rock to mud work here?
It would certainly turn the rock face above it into mud, which would slide down if it's big
Good.
enough, if it's enough area of effect.
Does Solas know stone shape? It's a third level elemental earth.
Even
I'm
if
just-
I don't have it. at the moment.
Anyway, I cast
It's a
it.
common
I
spell.
cast the scroll that transmutes rock to mud. So that one is out.
Yeah, I'm just wondering if it would be possible to throttle down the entrance to the cave.
But I do have dust to. No, that's cast too.
Yeah,
Dust to
remember
water.
Well, from Leva's description, there is a narrow passageway right inside.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, I mean,
So
there
we would
is a
have to
throttle
control
point
that.
in there.
Yeah.
You would just have to get in there.
Yeah, I'm just thinking if we could find a way to have absolute control over that,
I don't
We
think
could
we're
then-
going to.
we could then control how many can attack us at once.
Well, if we get to that into the cave entrance and get to that narrower part, then we could, because it's a narrow that only Higgimus can, but no one else can move at the same side by side.
Now, keep in mind, a lot more of them could move through that than you could.
Yeah. That's why I was thinking about something like tower shields. If we could have, like, even if people don't use shields, if they could bring them in and the fighters could go charging in, and we could block off a wall and then be able to have a small opening where we could throw in
Or we could
fireballs
or we could once they are swarming the pointman, we can use burning hands from my wand.
That's true.
No need to cause a fireball to kill all of us. Well, half of us.
Don't forget we have stone skin.
Mm.
Except
Real.
I haven't memorized it more than once.
Yes.
They chew through that pretty quick, though, right?
Yeah, because they're based on per attack.
Yeah, they got 3
Yeah.
attacks.
Yeah.
I still have sleep, so we have that at least. But I
Sleep
guess
was
the question,
very effective before.
Do we want to try to nip this in the bud now, or do we want to risk there being more tomorrow, or
I
more of the
think,
Browns?
I think it might be best if we try to end this threat now. Since based on Lafdul's augury, it was hinted that time is of the essence.
Leva does have vortex still, so she could. As I understand Vortex ult, she could sort of cast it inside the back room, and it would sort of rebound off the walls.
I believe you'd have to see the inside of the wall. So you'd probably have to get into the cave if you wanted to get past the narrow spot.
See,
but yeah, I
wanna
mean,
put that-
in a confined space, it can be pretty powerful.
What if we were to start luring them to the entrance with noise?
What if you turned
cast
that?
the fireball to pretty much take out as many as possible?
I
and then
wouldn't do
start
that
with our-
fireball thing.
Let Sinrae finish.
And then start in with things like sleep and hypnotic pattern, while our fighters pick off the rest to be able to get farther into the cave to deal with the disc however we need to deal with it.
Oh, what do you think?
Yeah,
Doesn't sound like a bad plan.
I was.
Change as we go along.
I had a similar idea. It was very, very similar. The only difference was that we turned that narrow passageway into a door. We open the door, fireball, then close the door.
Yeah, that's what I was hoping to do with tower shields. I suspect.
Do you still have a door in your rope of many of useful items? Do you think you still have a door?
I haven't used anything of the robe yet.
Would we be able to get a door big enough?
Hang on, didn't before the door turned a wall into
Yeah, the door worked in a wall.
How wide is how wide and long was the corridor or the passage?
Wide enough for Higgimus to just pass through, but in single file.
But not very long.
Right.
I mean, if we can hold cost, basically I have Cone of Gold, which would be ideal for that.
You have Cone of Gold?
I have the one which have Cone of Gold.
Can I say something? I suspect that when we approach the caves, those of us that are noisier will attract them out. So these plans all sound good, but if we're going up the hill and they start coming out, and we need to get someone inside that cave, we need to be able to push past someone who's being attacked. Like if they all attack me, you carry on and get in the cave and block the cave up and fireball it, whatever you need to do.
That's why I was suggesting casting fireball right inside the entrance, because any coming out, that first wave could be incinerated.
Yeah, but we might not get to the entrance, is what I'm saying. So
but we wouldn't have to be right at the entrance to cast fireball.
Right.
So how about whoever goes first gets the stone skin? Because and we'll try and attract all of the beetles.
Mm-hmm.
I could even make you invisible.
Mm-hmm.
And
I also have, like I said, the Cloak of Terror.
well, you want to put the one who goes first wants to attract them.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Cloak of Terror is basically it gives 3 feet aura.
You have to activate it. It only happens one turn.
What does it do?
One round, I mean.
It basically causes them to have to roll a morale check if they are going to attack you or run away.
Yeah, but we
It's
don't
great
want
if you
them to
get-
run away. We want the very first person to attract them.
Yeah.
So this cloak will be the contrary to what we want.
Lafdul.
Yeah, but its
Real
range is only
fast.
3 feet, so...
Real fast, I just realized that I made a mistake on the description of the cave. The cave mouth is actually not very wide. It is very narrow. It opens into a larger room, which then has a small, narrow passageway behind it. I was not paying enough attention to the shape of the...
Okay,
Okay.
that's great.
So how narrow
Okay,
is
cool.
narrow, the cave entrance?
It's about the same width as the passageway further in.
So just big enough for Higgimus to get through.
Yeah, one person at a time.
Well, whoever goes first, Lafdul, do you still have that fire resist spell?
Yeah.
Well, whoever goes first maybe should have that spell on them, just in case.
Oh, this
I
is
would
great
love
when
to
you got
want to
the-
go first.
No.
So Braxon's already got a cloak. So
I'm asking why.
I mean, just
Is it like
just in
this?
case some accidental fire.
It's got like a narrow opening or whatever into a bigger room.
I think the first person should be the one with the most hit points, just in case.
Yeah, I'll go into the cave and you can send fireballs at me. And I'll try to stop them getting past me. If
Good.
they behave as their nature has shown them to be, they'll attack me rather than try and come past me.
Or their fleet
Higgimus give you his ring.
Well, Lafdul has a spell, too.
Yeah.
That way you won't be by yourself, at least.
Yeah.
I can try. I can cast sleep on the remainder. They try to pour out.
Are there ones outside the cave too?
There were definitely ones outside the cave, but Leva was not able to really get a good count.
Yeah,
You know,
so
it's like an anthill. If they come out, you don't know whether it's the same ant or not when they disappear and reappear.
What
So
about this?
you'll have to be careful, Braxon, in case some of them come running. The ones outside decide to swarm you before you get
Hang
to
on.
the cave.
Yeah.
I just realised something. What if we use Higgimus's ring to seal off the cave, so to speak, and then we just kill all the ones that are outside? We'll split the fight in half.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That would
there
be
is
an
that.
idea.
And they would be killing themselves trying to dig through the ice.
Would they?
That's true. They might
'Cause
eventually
you take-
get through the ice, but that's fine.
Yeah, but they
Because-
would take a lot of damage because you
It
take
does
damage when
ice
you hit
damage
it,
to you when you touch it,
No, it doesn't.
doesn't it?
when you try to attack it.
It
Oh, so
causes
what-
you
yeah,
ice
sorry.
damage if you try to break through, which they will
Alright, yeah.
most certainly not be able to do.
Ow.
They're
Oh.
little, small beetles.
They can't
Oh.
burrow their way through
Well, at the
the
very
ice.
least, we would half the encounter, maybe.
Yeah, no,
can't
no,
be
I'm
outside.
not
That's a
saying
good
that's a
idea.
bad idea. That's certainly an
That's a
idea
good
that,
idea.
The other
that may
option
work.
is
I'm just saying that I mean,
Well,
splitting the fight is a very valid tactic. You're just not going to
Yeah.
cause any damage to the ones that are inside with the wall of
Yeah.
ice itself.
one option
Right.
also for the splitting the fight is that Wand of Fire also can cast a Wall of Fire, which is
Okay.
enough to block that cave, basically.
Higgimus, your wall of ice, how long would that last?
Please hold.
It's like half an hour, wasn't it? Or was it 2 hours?
It's
It
a
was somewhere
while.
in that range.
I could also try to drop sleep on the ones outside, which would give us a little bit more
Yeah,
time, working
That's true.
time.
So the premise where we're going, we're just trying to split up the fight right now.
It's
Yeah.
one turn per level, and the ring is level 12.
Sorry, someone coughed over you. 1 turn per level, and it's 12th level.
Yeah, so 2 hours.
12 turns. That's okay. Ald,
Mhm.
how long would it take Braxon to try to chop down some branches and
You'd make way too much noise.
it's assuming that Higgimus puts up a wall of ice and we kill everything outside. How long would it take for Braxon to try to build a wall of wood in front of the cave entrance?
Oh, set it on fire.
No, not set it on fire. Just to build something to stop them coming out.
Well, we could always
So that
just
when
set it on
when
fire.
when Higgimus' ice wears
I
off, we still have an obstruction that we
Braxon?
control.
I have
Braxon,
an idea.
can you, Braxon, can you make your theoretical wooden wall as tight, so tight that none of the beetles can get through?
Well, it depends on. I mean, Braxton's mostly focuses on making ships, so it's slightly outside his area of expertise. So he might take some sort of penalty. I'm just wondering if Braxton would know from a ballpark whether it would be like, oh yeah, it would take 2 days, or you might be able to do it.
Old.
Real fast, in response to that question, if you had carpenters with you, then maybe you could, but to know for sure, you'd have to see the cave mouth. But keep in mind that, like, the ice wall can fill in all the gaps.
Yeah.
But then, if you start building a wooden wall beyond it, you will guaranteed to have gaps because you cannot put the wooden wall where the ice is.
Yeah.
We could do ice, and then when the ice is gone, fire.
You could definitely do that.
I have an idea actually.
Mhm.
I remember. I have a web spell, and it creates basically 8,000 cubic feet of web, which lasts for quite a long time.
Oh, we do
We'll
want
do
to
the ice wall.
the cave at some point.
Do the ice
And,
wall. Kill
we
the
can
ones
burn the
outside.
web.
Yeah, no. Do the ice wall. Kill the ones outside. Wait for the ice wall to disappear. Web them, then pick them off when they're stuck in the web.
Well, when they are stuck in the
burn
web,
them.
we basically
Or
burn
burn
the
them.
web, which causes them damage.
Yeah, that also works. And failing, after that, we fireball to finish them off.
Do we want to start enacting the plan?
And from if this what old basically draw is somewhat accurate, the web would pretty much fill that.
No, that was
area.
just a random. Yeah.
I mean,
just tried to
you don't
prove
know,
something that
like, only Leva has seen the cave. So, only...
Well, if Leva draws a cave, then Old can tell her how accurate it is.
I mean, Leva, as a player, has not actually seen the cave. I mean, her character has seen the cave, but I did not...
I described it as the wizard I went through.
Right, but you were also... It was dimly lit, and you were looking specifically at things, and Leva, you, the player, have not actually seen it. So,
True.
Like, you filling as much of the cave as you can with webs and hoping that they get caught and then burning that, yeah, sure. I mean, like, worst case scenario is that you kill some of them. So that's certainly a reasonable thing that you can go with.
Yeah, I like the plan.
All right,
Okay.
you want to go with it?
Yeah, I'd say let's go with it.
Plan sounds good.
All right.
So so basically, Braxon has to be bait, and Higgimus has to get to the cave and block the cave.
So Leva casts Stone Skin on you.
Yeah, Stone Skin has 24 hours, so you can cast it at any point and not worry about the duration.
Yeah,
Oh, nice.
I cast it now.
You're casting that on Braxon?
Yes.
Okay.
Try not to die out there, Braxon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Voted confidence.
Okay, level +1?
Did Lafdul cast protection from fire?
Not yet.
No, I've not, because it's quite a shorter duration. I don't. What's the literal plan?
I think the literal plan
Oh,
is block the cave with ice, pick
Yeah.
off the ones outside.
Yeah, so Braxton doesn't need to resist fire now.
Yeah.
Wait, we have to keep on. We have to roll the rest of the dice. So it blocks 1d4 attacks +1.
Yeah.
Don't we have to
Good
get into this cave at some
experience.
point?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Okay, so we do this. They're gonna have 2 hours to do whatever it is that they want to do.
Yeah, we kill them outside.
Guys go away.
Can't you remove the wall?
No, I cannot.
You can
I mean-
remove the wall with enough fire.
The wall of fire might remove the wall
It has
of
to be
ice.
magical fire.
Well, yes, but I mean enough magical fire.
So I can't just stick a torch in it.
No.
So Braxon could maybe put his magical sword against it.
And I got a magical
No,
dagger.
you need a big amount of fire, so something greater than burning
Okay.
hands.
Would the
Well-
wall of flames do it?
Yeah,
Probably.
cancel each other out.
I don't think Braxon would mind waiting 2 hours.
Yeah, I
Why
don't
does
have
the
a problem
one
waiting
thing
2 hours.
get-
Yeah.
Like, oh, we're disturbing the nest. Now they're going to build up for 2 hours and have a whole bunch of them pour through whatever portal or be made or whatever else is in there.
Yeah, but that's not necessarily a bad thing.
That's when
Because-
we firebomb them.
Yeah, because we
about,
web them.
Hold on. How about you ice the wall, take care of the things on the outside, readdress once you've done that because you'll have some breathing room.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, if they got a sally port then that we don't know about, then we'll find out soon enough.
Yeah.
So I think the plan is that Braxon needs to be slightly ahead of Higgimus, so that if any of them come out the caves, Braxon can attract them to allow Higgimus to get past him to seal up the cave.
You'll be going onto another map in a moment anyway, so it doesn't matter what positions you're putting yourself on.
So, Ockar, are you willing to be bait as well? Our primary objective is to get Higgimus to the cave so that he can seal the cave.
I'll help fend them off, but I
Well,
wouldn't be exactly
that may-
bait.
Well, we need people that if they come at Higgimus, they come at someone else instead of Higgimus.
I can
Well,
do that.
we can always try to, if Higgimus does not resist it, I can always cast the Cloak of
So-
Fear on him.
So if you put that saddle on Behemoth, can you stay on the ground?
Okay, old.
Well, let's answer that first. He can stay on the ground, yeah. He just can't fly. I
Right,
mean, he
so-
can ride Behemoth.
So how about you put the saddle on Behemoth and you ride up and you attract them towards you for long enough to get Higgimus to that cave, and then you can take off.
I'm not sure about putting Behemoth in danger like that again.
Okay, well, if we can't get Higgimus to the cave and they
We
get
can
out,
get Higgimus to the cave well enough if I get up there without Behemoth.
Let me talk real quick. Can I fly up to that thing, Alt? The cave entrance?
Yeah, boots of flying.
You can, yeah.
Okay. This spell has a range of, in this case here, it's going to be 120 yards.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you
How
guys
long
don't
does it
need
take
to
to
go
cast?
crazy with all that stuff. You just need to start going after the things, and then I can fly up there. You don't have to worry about doing a whole bunch of extra.
Well,
Okay.
you'll have to land
Have to
to
land,
use
okay.
the ring.
But I can
Land
do
in a
that.
tree.
You've got a
True.
maneuverability class of D. That's pretty clumsy flight. You need to land on the ground.
well, that's fine. If he lands, he can cast the same round, can he? Or does he have to cast the next round?
I also have Fly on the scroll.
Yeah, well, we don't need anyone else to fly.
But
If Higgimus
like I said,
lands-
hey,
Well, hang on, let me ask all this question. If Higgimus lands, can he use his ring the same time?
Yeah, pretty much.
So he only has to land for a moment in a space where there's not those creatures.
But then he needs to take off again, and like I said, it's clumsy flight. It's fast, but it's clumsy flight.
All right. Why does he need to take off again?
Well, he doesn't
Doesn't
need
get
to take
spell.
off again. You're just saying that he could, if he wanted to take off again, he could.
Oh,
he
yeah,
could
yeah.
stay on the ground, and using the ring cannot be interrupted. So
Yeah. No, it's
I
just
mean-
once we got the cave shut, we switch to the second phase, which is to
Yeah.
kill anything outside.
and you can also all just like run up to the cave so that you're all up there.
Yeah.
I mean,
Should we?
if you go fast, then there's an element of surprise there.
Yeah.
Right.
And also, like I said before, if Cloak of Fear is cast on Higgimus, I doubt I doubt very few of them can touch him.
How do we
Okay.
want to enact the plan now?
Works for me. Well, let's see if anyone else has got any.
I don't think you need Cloak of Fear, though.
That was if necessary, if the plan was to let Higgimus go alone.
Braxon's already got a cloak.
I think the idea is to get Higgimus up there first. The rest of you rush up.
Yeah.
To get out, but he can move faster than all of you with the boots.
Yeah, he'll be fine. He'll wall the ice off, then we'll be in combat, and we'll just take off the stragglers on guard.
Okay, that sound good?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sounds good to me.
Let me bring you over to the other map. All right, so this will start with Higgimus. You fly up. There's a little ledge, certainly not high enough to prevent these creatures from getting to you, but it gives you a perfect vantage on the cave mouth. And you immediately invoke the power of your ring, and the cave mouth fills up with a solid wall of ice, blocking egress and exit. While the rest of the party rushes up the slope, let me go ahead and pull you guys over. Getting up to the top, just as Higgimus has filled the cave mouth. You can reposition, but I tried to put, like, warriors in front and everyone else in the back.
Yeah, sounds good.
And let me go ahead and
I can't.
reveal the thing.
I can't select Behemoth.
Dang it! I keep forgetting to. I probably put that on earlier. Hold on a second. I'll fix that.
I can't see me yet. I just see black.
Scroll out.
No. If you can only see black, then it's
I had to move my camera over to the far
right.
back.
No, but it's an issue with being able to see. I need to select that his character can see.
Yeah.
His character is
So where's
not
the
blinded.
cave mouth?
Cave mouth is right in front of you. It is. Let me reveal everything. Don't move anyone. Don't move your tokens yet, because this is you just getting up to the top, and I need to reveal everything. So some things you may be able to see depending on your positioning. All right. So the cave mouth is right over here. Don't move your character, I said. Let me ping it.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so the cave mouth is right over there, kind of blocked by some vision and stuff like that. But it goes in and it turns into the slightly larger area, and then has the narrow passage inside. You won't be able to see that until you actually get in. Some of you can probably see some enemies from your current positions. So let's go ahead and get the turn tracker out, and I can remove everyone else. And you can start rolling for initiative.
Okay. Can't see any enemies at the moment.
Well, you can definitely hear them.
Yeah.
Don't put your character back where you were.
I didn't mean to move it.
Okay.
I was trying to move the turn order
Okay.
out of my way so I could actually see.
Yeah, I might do that.
Does it sound like a lot of them or not?
Well, as you were rushing up, you could definitely hear the sounds of them. It's really hard to say sound-wise.
Alright, I'm going to cast a spell.
So we're rolling initiative?
Yep.
Wow, hang on, is that right? That isn't right.
Plus 99?
Yeah, no, 99 is usually when it's...
999!
It's usually a turn spell. I didn't update it. It's Battlefield. I'm casting on a 4.
Alright.
Which is 8 plus 4 is 12.
Plus 99 is fun.
Yeah, I
Oh.
just symbolize that as end of round spells.
Yes, Leva.
The pearl needs a full round, doesn't it?
The what?
The pearl
What pearl?
to recast the second level spell.
Yeah.
Okay.
But the idea was, I mean, like if you had this idea beforehand, you could have used this before coming up here. Like during the planning, you could have used it to recall a spell.
And that's true, yes. But I didn't think of it before.
I will allow you to have done that.
Alright. In that case, I cast... Just a second, I need to check that then.
What spell are you recalling?
Mirror image.
Yeah, mirror image.
Wow. Multi-lava.
I will also cast mirror image.
Okay.
Oh, what's up with these mages and their mirror images?
They like themselves.
Yes, I'd like to see multiple of myself.
I mean,
It's
I
a
don't
good way
want
of
to...
seeing your behind if you got something crawling on your back. You just
I mean,
your front image.
I don't want to brag, but Solas isn't the least charismatic person you have met.
What's your charisma? Mine's 15.
13.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyone still need to roll? Alright, that is a no.
Yes.
They'll both need a separate roll. I know the axe and Ockar's turn.
Did you see that I rolled the dice for the number of attacks?
Yeah,
the
7 attacks.
skin.
Yeah, I saw
Yes.
that. So just keep that in mind. Alright. That is fine. Alright, Ockar, you're going first. If you can't see anything, then you basically just need to reposition yourself.
Okay.
We believe in you, Ockar.
Well, there's a bug over here in by the street, right?
If you can see him, then yeah.
I did by moving around my token, so I'll go there and stab it.
Okay.
Alright, I still have the strength. I was not calculating that in the last fight. I just realized that. Let's see. Strength. It
Not
is
that it matters that much with some of these enemies.
18, 30, so that means it's a +1 to hit probability. Back out 10.
That's a hit.
And
Alright, so rushing up the hill, you caught sight of one of these creatures. It's just rounding the tree. You move up and stab it with your spear before it can really react.
and I'll move Bamel here.
Alright. Braxon, your turn.
Can't see anything.
Then just position yourself
Yeah.
and wait for next round.
Well, I could go to where Ockar is because he's found one.
Or you could protect
Alright,
the-
kill
Yeah, hurry up.
All
Make a
right, I'll
decision.
go in Ockar's direction. Well, now I'm moving. I can see some down the bottom. Can I get down to here?
You can.
Right. Braxton's going to run down to these lot then, and try to clobber one.
Alright.
Darn trees.
So I guess I'm back to D20 +5. Oh,
That's it.
it's a hit. Right.
Alright. You're still using the axe, right?
Yeah, still using the axe.
Alright, you bring the axe down and... oops, that's the wrong thing.
But now I just
Slice...
have to shave them.
Clearly slice one in two. Leva, your turn. Casting mirror image, you
Mirror
said?
image.
Alright.
Yes.
Alright, level +2.
Wow.
It's like 9, isn't it, or something?
9, it's 11, so it's still... Still 3.
All right, so you got 4 images.
Poof.
All right, Higgimus.
All right, so I did get that right. That I did seal that thing off already, right?
Yeah, it is sealed off.
Okay, good. I see there's one down here. Can I hop down this thing or no? This ledge.
You can clamber down it. It won't. I mean, it would decrease your movement, but if you're only moving that far, that's fine.
Yeah, just here to. I'm gonna whack this one right next to me.
Okay.
Oops.
That's a hit. You can certainly roll damage, but I'm pretty sure you've just smashed it into bug paste. Sinrae, your turn.
Okay, I'm gonna move a bit if I see anything.
What was that?
I said I move. She's moving forward a bit to see if what she can see.
Okay. What did you roll initiative for?
Sleep spell.
Okay. That's about as far as you can move. So.
Yeah.
If you can't see enough, if you can't see anything,
Yeah.
then you will not lose the spell. You'll just not cast it.
Yeah, she's just not gonna cast it because she doesn't have good vision on anything.
Okay.
I can see about 3 that Braxton's got, but that's kind of a waste.
Yep. And one of them comes over from behind a rock, Braxon, and so 5 of them are attacking you.
A joy.
Sorry, Braxton.
It's all right. So, Stone Skin might protect Braxon.
The trees are.
Probably make it run out in 1 turn.
Oh, it did. Because they have 3 attacks each. That's 15 attacks right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Stone Skin is eliminated at this point. But in terms,
So did any damage get through?
that's what I'm checking right now.
Right.
One.
One.
You get bitten for 1 point of damage.
Yeah.
And the
Big
Stone
nibble.
Skin
It's going to be
spell.
worse next round, though.
The Stone Skin spell does expire.
I do hope Braxon beats them in initiative next round. Because
That'd
he
be
might
nice.
be able to squish 2 of them and only get bit 3 times instead of 5.
And coming down from the other side,
Sinrae's made friends.
Oh dear.
Oh,
I just want to point out that Braxon had a momentary thought of going the other way from Ockar and decided not to. When
Yeah.
every one of these fights has had enemies coming in from multiple directions. Just saying.
You can't make it my fault.
Don't worry,
Okay,
Just
Sinrae.
saying.
I'm gonna get nibbled again.
Don't
Oh
worry.
my
On my turn, on my next turn, I'm gonna run over and protect you.
Higgimus Copter could have told me there was someone over that way.
I didn't see.
They were basically hidden by the trees as he was coming down. He was beelining for that cave mouth.
Dire Wolf, protect me.
Walls is going for the one thing.
Dire Wolf can't hurt them at all.
it's a sponge. Mistreating your animals.
So the smaller ones managed to get you twice, Sinrae,
No, my hit points.
for 2
Oh,
points
no,
of
it's a
damage.
Sleep spell.
How many?
No,
points?
she wasn't casting the spell. 2 points of damage with the small ones and the larger ones. Let's see.
So,
I might cast resist fire on you, actually, Sinrae. So you can get fireballed.
Yeah.
if we're going to play the could, should, or woulda game, Braxon did tell all the spellcasters to go up the tree And I'm sure Sinrae can sing in a tree.
Yes, I can sing in trees.
But could you sing 2 trees?
Yes. They have ears.
10 points of damage from the larger ones.
Ooh.
Ow.
Ouch.
That was only 3 hits.
Okay, so new plan, Sinrae, you run.
She gets so many attacks.
Yeah, if she runs, she gets so many attacks.
She will literally get like 20 attacks.
Solus, your turn.
Yeah, I'm going to cast the mirror image that I was thinking about casting.
Okay. Well, I hope it was more than thinking
I
about
can
casting,
see-
because
I couldn't quite see how many things were trying to kill our bard.
So it's
So many things are trying to kill the bard.
1d4 plus 1.
Apparently, bards are delicious.
Alright, 3 images. Alright, Lafdul, your turn.
Yes, bards go well with
Can you move a
potatoes.
little bit, yeah?
Yeah.
I'm casting Battle Fate, I guess, on Sinrae.
Okay.
Dear.
I was going to cast it on myself, but considering you're in more dire need for the armor, if it rolls the armor.
How did one put the number on those tokens?
That's pretty cool putting in Battle Fate on Sinrae.
Hover your mouse pointer over the actual token in
yeah.
the list, and then
Yeah, I found it. I found it.
Okay.
Alright, so Sinrae, go ahead and roll 1d6 for the Battle Fate.
Pinned messages in Discord for the results. And 4 is accuracy, plus 2 to attack.
Alright, that's not going to help you this round because you'll roll it at the beginning of each round. Alright, that's about it. I don't think anyone's getting a second attack this round. Alright, so initiative time.
What is the initiative to modifier to hit with the wand?
Let me see. I think I wrote it down somewhere.
Or should I cast Burning Hands?
I am, well,
Oh,
are we allowed to say what we're doing to each other?
You can essentially call it out, but, I mean, it's the declarative phase.
Oh,
Yes.
Yeah.
question. Can I move in and push myself between Sinrae and the bugs to make it so that they can't attack her?
You can try. That will not provoke attacks of opportunity, but you might not be able to push her entirely out of the range.
My
Pick me
idea is
up,
to,
throw me behind you.
yeah, I want to push her behind me and get into her spot.
You can certainly do so. Whether she's completely out of their range is something that you won't know until you try it.
Yeah, I'm going to cast the
and
Burning
it's still
Hands
the
on
same initiative modifier
pile.
+3 as it is with my spear.
Yes.
Well,
Okay.
if I get off my spell, hopefully I will have a lot less to deal with of the little bug friends.
What's
You
They've
you
got
might want to
initiative
be
of 0.
defensive this round
Yeah.
because you'll
Yeah.
get a bonus to your armor class.
Okay.
And one strike
Wait.
from any of the enemies and your spell is lost.
And you lose your dexterity modifier when you're casting.
Okay,
Why do you
what,
think I'm trying to run in and get you away with them without you taking attacks of opportunity?
what would the modifier be for defensive?
Just set yourself to 99. Because you're basically just trying to block any attacks coming your way.
Block and dodge.
I was gonna try to put them all.
was it half your level in AC?
Yeah.
She's level 6 or 7? Or 6 for free
7.
anyway.
It's going to be the same because it's rounded down.
Did you roll your 1d8 for this turn?
1d6.
6, sorry.
Did not.
Oh, that might be the saving throws. No, actually, no, that's the armor. You actually got the armor.
Okay, what is that? +2 armor class?
Yep.
That's good.
Yeah.
Literally might just save your life.
Okay. And that's definitely a good thing because these creatures are attacking first. Go ahead and put this over there. Alright, so Braxon, 5 attacks coming your way.
Yep. Nice. Why couldn't they have been slower? Well, they can't take me down 56 hit points in one go.
Especially not when every single one of their attacks misses.
Wow. Every single one.
Yep, they missed you entirely.
Pretty impressive.
All right, Sinrae, the smaller ones are attacking you first.
Okay.
And that is going to be 2 hits
Okay.
for 3 points of damage. And then the larger ones... That is also 2 hits.
Oh dear.
7 points of damage.
Well, if you weren't dodging and you didn't have battle fit, you probably would have gone down this round.
Yeah.
You would have gotten hit by a lot more, yes. Because basically the
down.
only ones that hit you were the 20s.
So, should I... My turn?
Yep, it's your turn now.
Okay. Ockar moves in and quickly pushes himself into Sinrae's space and tries to push her, like,
Behind her.
this way
Yeah,
or this way.
she gets pushed this way.
Oh, well. And then holds up his shield.
You're tanking them.
That's the idea, because I don't think I can push her out of the way
Are
of the
you
tag.
actively dodging, though? Because it will influence what I'm doing.
Kind of?
Or are you... Alright. Never mind then.
I think he's just not actively attacking.
Yeah, I'm not
Yeah,
actively
but
attacking.
if I make a touch attack on
Because,
Ockar...
am I allowed to attack and push her, or only one?
Basically only one.
Okay, yeah, then I'm not attacking, I'm just saving Sinrae.
Okay. Alright, Leva, your turn.
I cast haste on everybody I can reach, but definitely want to have Sinrae in there.
Don't cast it on my wolf.
Don't cast it.
The wolf ages and it dies so fast.
Yeah, don't cast it on the wolf.
How many... Let's see, how many can you affect?
3 rounds, 1 round level. It's how many people you mean? How many creatures?
Braxon's too far away, surely.
40-foot cube, 1 creature per level.
Alright, so... 1 creature per level, so you can affect up to 10. You don't have to affect all 10. 40-foot cube is... You cannot get Higgimus or Braxon.
Yeah!
What?
Braxon is so frightened to losing.
Braxon doesn't want any grey hair.
Yeah, Lafdul's going to be 127 now.
Yeah, Braxon's far too vain to be hasted.
So I do it on Solas, Sinrae, Ockar, and Lafdul, and myself.
Okay.
Ockar's now 30.
Yeah, I'm... As much as I have an extended life period, I might actually drink one of my potions of youth now that I've been holding.
Wait, you've been hoarding those?
I've got 3 of them.
Braxon might ask how much you want for one later.
Yeah, I might want one of those after this, because I don't think I want to be 30.
Solas is 33 now.
I'm still pretty young for an elf.
Potions are free. You get, well, the last result I got from the potion of youth is 3 years younger on Ockar. That's my description of it.
Braxon, your turn.
Okay.
Oh, I've got 2 potions.
Right. Let's see if I can clobber one. Oh, I've forgotten what it was.
Just roll a d20.
Yeah. I've got it written down here. It's 4, sorry.
Oh, that was laggy.
Yeah. Oh, that might be a miss.
And your Thaco?
I've got 13.
That is a hit.
That is a hit. That's lucky.
I have really bad AC.
Yeah, they're hard to hit, but if you can hit them, I suppose they don't need to be.
They're easy to
Tough.
hit. They're hard to injure.
Yeah.
Okay, you kill another one out of that group in front of you.
Yay.
Solas, your turn.
Hopefully I can kill another one at the end of the round.
How much can I move if I'm going to use the wand?
15.
Were you using the wand to?
Oh.
I mean, well, wands
I'm
don't require you to
basically-
cast, so that you can basically have
Yeah.
normal movement.
Oh,
So, I'm going to move here and cast Burning Hands with the wand so that I don't hit Sinrae.
Okay.
Can Braxon.
Are you gonna
But
try to avoid
I'm
hitting Ockar?
well, I can give it a try, but Sinrae is the one that I'm not
Can
wanting
I-
really to hit.
She's really easy to not hit in this position.
Okay.
Old.
Spellcraft not to
So-
hit me.
Hold on. Let's take care of this first.
Well, mine would be interjectory,
Okay. What?
based on his action. Because I'm casting Resist Fire on Ockar at the same time.
Okay, yeah, they'd go off at the same time.
If I hit him. Because it's got to be a touch, and I think he's dodging, so...
He's still,
I mean, he said he was being defensive.
right, but he's
I
still
don't know.
general, like, his magic applies, his dexterity applies, but he's otherwise armor class 10.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, move up next to him and roll your attack to hit.
Hang on, I need... it doesn't matter, I'll just go there. Roll... That's probably good enough.
Yeah, that's good enough.
That is definitely good enough. Alright, so what does the resist fire do?
Resist fire, he gets a +3 to his save throw straight off, and he gets, if he saves, he suffers only a quarter damage. If he fails, then he suffers half.
Okay. Go ahead and give me a saving throw versus Rod, Staff, Wand, Ockar with an additional +3 bonus.
As well as your other pluses, you can like +2 and stuff. And ring or armor. It's around
I
the level.
succeed.
Okay, you suffer
Yeah.
only 1 point of damage.
Okay.
Yeah, resist fire 7 rounds if you would like to put a... If you can, put a track
These are all
on it,
dead.
please.
That whole group of the smaller ones is dead. But you only were able to hit 2 of the larger ones, Solas.
Mhm.
Alright, so that is those 2. Higgimus, are you back? You said you were stepping away. I will move you if not.
I'm gonna have to step away soon too.
This will not take very long, so... Alright, Higgimus is moving up there, and he is attacking. That is a hit.
Can he sweep?
Not against these. You need to... you can only sweep against things that are less than 1 hit die, and even the smaller ones are exactly 1 hit die.
Oh, less than 1 hit.
Yep. Higgimus does manage to take out one of the ones that was injured.
Mm.
Alright, Sinrae, you were being defensive. You got pushed out of the way. Now there's nothing on you. If you want to move away even more, you can do so.
She is.
Okay. And... let's see. Braxon, you get a second attack.
Cool. Let's see if I can club a 1.
There's 3 left in the group in front of you, and then 1 to the side. That's
Yep.
it.
Right.
Now there's 2 left in the group in front of you.
Yeah.
And Higgimus gets his second attack. And that is a hit. And that is another one dead. Okay, so there's 2 left in this group as well. All right. That's going to be initiative time.
Would I be able to use the ointment
Sure.
in battle?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a modifier
Okay.
of +3.
Because I'd like not to die.
I'm gonna cast Cure Moderate on you this turn.
Okay.
Not dying's always a good idea.
Now I would like to know what the modifier to hit with the wand.
Still +3.
Gonna poke them. Solas the Bold.
How many are left?
Higgimus, you killed 2.
5.
Oh, initiative.
Yeah, it is initiative.
All right, thank you.
So there's, for the ones that are left, there's 2 in this group, 1 here, and there are 2 in a group down by Braxon, and 1 next to him. So there's 6 left.
Yeah, but Braxton's okay.
Levi's waiting for the...
To go ahead and roll battle fate.
Yes, go ahead and do so.
2 again.
Got armor again.
Okay. Alright, anyone still need to roll?
Nope.
Nope.
Okay. That's fine. Alright, Ockar, your turn.
Okay. Sorry, yawn.
That was a very assertive yawn.
Our paladin is
That's why you got such a low row.
Back at 10.
That's a hit.
Our paladin is bored of this fight.
No, I'm
I
just
only had
tired.
like 3 hours sleeps. How are you tired? Then again, I have been chugging coffee like there's no tomorrow.
Yeah.
That's
a
Alright,
motorbike.
you skewer another one. Solas, your turn.
I move in and try to hit them with the wand.
Okay, you get a -3 to your attack for a non-proficient penalty.
Okay, so my taco is 21.
Come on, 20. Because I think that's the only way you hit it.
So 21, that's not taking into consideration any sort of magical plus to it.
Yeah, since I don't know what the plus is.
Right. You bring the wand down, and there's a loud smacking sound as it touches one of the creatures, and there's a kind of a crack sound. Go ahead and roll 1d6, please.
Oh, it doesn't miss.
Oh, you hit.
And it's at,
Oh, wait,
at
no,
least
wait.
+2.
This is so pitiful.
Anticlimactic.
Well, there might be more to it than that. You don't know.
Also, it's the moral victory.
But it definitely
Was it-
recoiled, so you're pretty sure it was injured.
It's like, what? How dare you attack me? It's going to go after Solas now.
All right, so Braxon, you were getting 3 attacks.
Old?
3 attacks.
Could the wand break on an attack like that?
Oh, you mean 3
you
attacks
don't
on
know.
Braxon.
Yeah, 3 attacks are coming your way, Braxon.
Yep.
I was gonna say, I don't think it's his turn yet.
No, I was just thinking. I get 2 attacks, and then 1 attack. How do I get
Oh,
3?
we're all hasted. We all got -2. I didn't adjust mine. Oh, well.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, I was wondering about that.
Oh, I forgot to adjust mine too.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
So basically,
Oh,
it didn't matter.
Well, you will still get extra attacks at the end. Braxon, you are taking no hits.
Oh, right.
All right.
Can we get a second point in single-handed style?
I think so, but only warriors can. I'd have to go back and look at combat and tactics. All right, so Solas, one of the things, the one that you smacked, is not pleased with you and is attacking you. How many? You have 3 images, so there's 4 of you.
Yeah. I choose one.
Choose one. Okay. One of your images shatters and vanishes.
Mhm.
And Ockar, the other one is attacking you. And it is not able to hit you.
I just kind of kick it away. Shoot.
Wow.
Sinrae.
Sinrae's like bleeding and dying
Yeah,
over in the corner.
Sinrae is going to use the ointment on herself.
All right, there you go.
11 hit.
So 11 hit points. Very nice.
Back up to 19. Not at a single digits.
Higgimus, you're back, so you can make an attack. There's one in front. Well, there's 2 in front of you, essentially.
All right. Well, we'll just start going through 'em.
All right. That's a hit. This is the one that Solas smacked.
Ooh.
And you splatter it into Ockar on the ground.
Crunchy.
Braxon, your turn.
Right. Boom. Braxon's gonna try and hit one of them.
Okay.
And
That is a hit.
yep. I was just trying to use. Oh.
All right, you cleave another one in 2.
2 left.
Lafdul, your turn.
I assume Sinrae's not going to object if I cast Cure Moderate Wounds on her.
I will not.
She's not in melee anyway, so
Yeah.
that's fine. All right, 9 more hit points.
Yay.
Leva, you're not.
Cure Moderate is not that much better than Cure Light in this edition.
No, it's not.
Leva, you're not doing anything.
No, she was waiting.
Okay.
At least
It
later.
allows-
Then Solas and Ockar, you both get second attacks.
I will strike with my mighty wand.
Oh no!
He broke the wand.
No, that was Ockar's
Ockar
one.
rolling.
Oh.
Solas, that's a hit. Ockar, your spear goes flying behind Higgimus.
I call it back.
Still the same amount of damage.
That's disappointing.
Yeah.
After it leaves my hand, I immediately speak the command word.
All right, unfortunately, that is going to prevent your further attacks with the haste.
Yeah.
And given that there is just a couple left, 2 down with Braxon, 1 up near Higgimus and Ockar and Solas, and those up there are hasted. You guys are going to take care of these, no problem.
Okay.
So, we'll go ahead and start totaling up your experience points. You'll have an opportunity to think about what you want to do, whether you really just want to let the creatures stew in there for 2 hours, or if you want to do something else for next time.
Braxon wants to build a door.
Why?
He wants to build a wall.
I don't want to build a wall. I want to build a barricade that we can fire a fireball.
I thought I kind of... I mean, like, you're not a... You don't have a team of carpenters, and
Yeah.
it's not going to be very solid.
Yeah.
Also, keep in mind that any hole that one of your spellcasters could cast through would be big enough for them to get through.
Would be built big enough for one of them to get through, surely.
At a time, but they're fast and
Yeah.
We got the
Swarming.
web anyway, so
Yeah.
we'll just web them and burn them. That they've
we
all
got a
been
plan.
hiding behind. I mean, I got caltrops and stuff. If you want to use that.
So-
caltrops would not work on them. They're far too small.
Too small.
That's that would just not work. I'm gonna move you
Maybe
real fast.
I could actually get a sleep spell off of them next time.
Hopefully we get a good bit of experience off of these things because they're annoying.
They like bard. They like elven bards.
Yeah, they
Do
like
we
the
get-
elves in general.
Is there an XP bonus for annoying enemies?
No.
Only for old.
I mean, I think Lafdul might get it if it's something within his ethos.
Yes, all the level 7 dungeon master.
He's more than 11-7 dungeon master at this point.
He's a level 7 dungeon master.
He can cast
so-
Rock's Fall.
You're telling me that Ald levels up every so often?
Of course.
Every time I kill a player.
So you haven't leveled up since
Leva.
Higgimus died?
No, Leva died.
Oh, since
Yeah.
Leva
Yeah, I
died.
mean, if you think about it, he's killed some of us. He's killed some of us and brought us back to life, so he can have the pleasure of killing us again later.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Why do you think
Exactly.
Lafdul has that ring?
The dungeon
Wow.
master giveth, the dungeon master taketh away.
About time we get a visit from a dragon again.
You mean the ring of emergency
what? I'll-
rations?
Lafdul just gets slain by what's the name, Jules, then but he comes back. And she's like, huh?
You assume that she makes herself known to you.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to come up with a spell that like detect shape changer or something, because I know there's spells. Actually, that's a 4th level spell.
It would be much
Die
more fun
by
for her to just be someone else and laugh at you whenever you turn around to her.
Mm.
She kills you with a ring.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, what I don't like about dragons is that they cheat because they got true sight as a natural ability. So it
Yes.
kind of
Yeah, I mean-
ruins any of
Those-
my.
Those darn cheating dragons.
Yeah,
You
how
can
dare
still-
they be powerful in magic? All right,
You can
Braxon. That is going to be
Uh-huh.
540 experience points for you.
Wow, not another level for me.
590 for Higgimus.
Gonna inch closer.
Yeah.
650 for Ockar.
This old gives me 2,000.
630 for you, Lafdul. Evenly split. 380 for you, Leva. 480 for you, Solas.
Mhm.
And for Sinrae, 430.
Oh, this is fun, but I'm gonna head out.
All right, see you later.
you
I'm
later.
assuming that no one is going up a level from any of that.
No.
I didn't.
No,
think so.
not quite yet.
Not
Yes,
quite yet.
yeah.
Inching ever
It
so
will-
closer.
Once we've cleared this cave, I'll probably go up a level.
Maybe.
I don't know.
Maybe. You don't
Maybe
know
at
what
the
you're
end of the
facing
adventure.
inside.
Yeah, I need a 16 or 1,600.
Braxon needs 37,000.
So
Hey,
when we come back next time, we'll see what the party decides to do with this cave, what is inside the cave, and what they may be able to or have to do with that in general. But that will be next time. I want to thank you guys for playing, and thanks everyone out there for watching. See you next week.
Thanks for
Bye.
having us.
Bye.